Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Let's go, man. Let's go,
Go, AJ, I love that. Go on, AJ.
December, yeah, obviously it was at Leicester away, just chasing a kick involved in a tackle, and as I'm kind of rolling out of the tackle, I just felt as if my studs had stayed in the ground, and I've just twisted awkwardly and sort of fell back on my ankle, so my leg got stuck underneath me in like a quick second, and felt something pop, and obviously tried to jump to my feet but didn't feel right, and then sadly I had to cry off and hobbled off the pitch. So yeah, I think from the initial like sound I heard, I felt like something had happened, and then I guess you're just praying that it's nothing too severe. So I had pain in my knee, and the way I was describing it, they just put a brace on it and just sort of check it after the game. And after the game, it had absolutely locked up then, so there wasn't much assessment they could do because it was so stiff and I couldn't straighten it. So it was a quiet bus journey home for me, although we had a brilliant win. I was delighted with that, but obviously in the back of my head, coming up to Christmas with my knee, so it's just kind of battling in my head about what it could be and what I could do to speed it up, really. So that was a Saturday. Got in on the Monday. Unfortunately, got in for the scan here. Blessed, it's like on our doorstep. Straight from the scan, was able to get up and see Dr. Webb too. So kind of got up and explained the situation to him, and I'd previously had a similar thing in my knee, so I explained to him that it's like locked up. I don't think it's as bad as like if an ACL or any of that. I think it's my meniscus. And then he had a check and looked at the report, and yeah, he confirmed it was my lateral meniscus. And the saving grace and greatest relief was that he was able to manoeuvre it on that evening, that I was able to walk out, because I was in such pain every step I took, because as he explained, I had a wedge or a doorstop in my knee, which was like preventing me from moving. So thankfully he was able to manoeuvre it out. He said it was going to be painful, or it could be painful, but it was pretty chill, and it was pain free. But I was able to walk out of the office that evening, and then I'm thinking, oh, maybe I don't even need surgery, but that wasn't the case. It still needed to be fixed up, but at least I was able to move.
My name is Jonathan Webb. I'm a consultant orthopaedic surgeon here at Nuffield, Bristol. I specialise in knee surgery of all ages, but I also, in a former life, while I was doing my medical training, was an international player. So I played for England 33 times, and I think that has helped me in my career, but mainly from understanding what sportsmen are going through. I had injuries myself. I had a very similar injury to AJ, so I think that can help give you that empathy to know how important it is, how critical it is for players to be able to get back playing again as quickly as possible. So he suffered an injury to his outer meniscus, his cartilage. They're like little shock absorbers that sit in the knee, and they help make the knee more conforming, but they're kind of rubbery bits of tissue. And if you twist awkwardly on them, you can tear them and flip a bit of the meniscus into the joint, so effectively it jams the knee. So we call that a bucket handle meniscus tear, and it's about the worst type of meniscus tear you can get, because the piece of meniscus actually sits there lodged in the knee, and it means that when AJ came to see me, he couldn't straighten his knee, he couldn't walk on it, and it's really, really uncomfortable. So saw him, and actually in the clinic we managed to unlock the knee there and then in the clinic, which was a big relief, because at least it meant that the week we had around Christmas time before we could get into surgery, he was able to mobilise, he was able to put a weight through the knee. And then the surgery is designed to use a camera inside the knee and use kind of micro instruments to put the meniscus in place, hold it there, and then put a whole series of sutures that tie the meniscus back, so that basically, same as if you cut your skin, there'll be a split, and you use the sutures to pull those edges together. That then has to heal, so you then have a period where his activities have to be restricted. He has to be on crutches for a period. He can't bend his knee past 90 for about 6 weeks. And then once that meniscus is healed, he then gets his strength back and is now pretty much fighting fit, ready to start playing again.
Yeah, listen, like I said, I think very lucky that it's so close to home, or so close to the training ground. that I was able to get in here on a Friday. So 6 days post the injury, I was able to get in and get it treated. Dr. Webb said it went as good as possible. It was a perfect surgery, so very thankful to him. And then, yeah, the road to recovery started from then.
I mean, it's fair to say that the team and I are in contact the whole time. So even outside those sort of official visits when we see each other, the guys are WhatsApping me or sending me photos. So I'm in the loop the whole time to know what's going on. So yeah, that early stage is just to check that there's no immediate complication. It's rare, but you want to pick it up really quickly if it is there. And then later on, you're checking that the knee is gaining its movement back, that there's no sign of further inhibition of movement. And after that, it's really down to the strength and conditioning boys and the physiotherapists to work with AJ. And primarily it's down to AJ to do all that work. You know, the commitment he's shown has been phenomenal. He's a professional in every sense of the word, and that makes a massive difference. It makes me look good because he does all the work. If he doesn't put the work in, then it doesn't matter how good the surgery is, you may not get nearly such a good outcome.
You stand on the sideline for me it was 8-9 weeks, and you're watching the training sessions. You kind of seeing a lot and then getting an itch for it. And then I think my first session back and boys are flying into each other. I'm thinking, flipping out, this has changed a lot, or I'm just a bit rusty or a bit sharp. But I think once you get a bit of a bang, or takes a proper hit to then fire you up, the adrenaline gets going again. But to get back and to compete again is like feels amazing. So I'm excited about that. I had a target straight away of obviously getting back for the running, and there's still a lot of the season to play for, and thankfully we're in a strong position, and there's a lot of excitement amongst the players, the staff, and obviously the support. So it was, listen, the easy motivation for me to like sort of give it everything to get back for that.